Okay, today we're going to talk about developing a content system for your accounting firm that actually gets you results. I don't know about you, but content can feel like this black box where you put in effort, you see no results, and then you stop doing it, especially now that AI is in the mix. It can kind of feel like, what's the point when someone can just go into AI, create a lot of content without much work, which there are definitely right and wrong ways to use AI. And that can be a video that I cover another time. So if we've not met before, my name is Katie and I help accounting firms create digital marketing strategies and implement them that actually get results. Today, we're going to be talking about how to create a content strategy that works for you and your firm. Now, before we even get into the strategy, it's really important that you change your mindset. Mindset is so important when it comes to actually creating content. The reason for that is, let's be honest, most of us did not grow up being some sort of performer. We're accountant. And I can say that myself because I am a CPA. I get it. I was never one that was even into plays or doing any sort of acting. That meant the first time that I pulled out my camera to record a video, I was subpar at best. However, with practice, you're going to get better. And I always want you to remember this. Your clients are not coming to you to be some professional content creator. They're coming to you for your insights, your advice, and your guidance. So if you can remember that and can keep that front of mind, that's going to really help you understand that you don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. Now that we have our mindset right, I want to talk to you about the content strategy. I get it. We're all really busy as business owners, especially if you're running a firm or you're working in a firm, you're busy. And content can feel like, I don't want one more thing to add to my plate. However, if you're watching this video, hopefully you understand why it's important that you are showing up. Now, this content strategy I'm going to teach to you today, it's one that we use in my business as well as many other firms across the nation, ranging from solopreneur size all the way up to top 30 firms. It's a content strategy that is tried and true. And even for busy professionals like yourself, it will work. First thing you're going to do is to come up with some sort of topic you want to talk about. In my video, I'm talking about how to create a content strategy that actually gets you results. Think about something that your clients are constantly asking you. For me, that's creating a content strategy that actually works and doesn't just look nice on a feed. Your clients probably have questions that they're constantly asking you. For me, I keep everything scheduled out in a whole planner and in Notion. I could make a different video on that, but I keep it all planned out so we can always see what's coming up. And for YouTube, I start with the idea and then it goes to prioritized all the way out to published. And we have a whole variety of ways that we take that and we repurpose it. So that is kind of the overall process whenever we're working with clients or my content, but everything starts with an idea. Now, once you have that idea, I want you to think of several subtopics to go underneath it. Where's your video going? Ideally, each week you're producing a video that's around 15 to 20 minutes long. And the reason for that is it should not take too much time, but it is enough time that you can take that video and you can create a ton of content from it. We provide our clients at Leaders Online with a script and we give them ways that they can insert their unique point of view and their experiences into the script. So we do the heavy lifting by creating the script, but then that way the content that they're actually creating and the video they're recording incorporates their unique experiences. And that's something that's so important that AI cannot do. AI cannot come up with your unique point of view. It does not have your unique experiences. And that's why it's so important that you are staying a part of the content creation process. Now, once we have our topic and we have our subtopics for the video, now it's time to record. There's something really, really cool that you can actually do now just right inside of Descript. So I'm going to go ahead and I will pull that up right now. We really like Descript and it's super cool because you can just record straight in to the app and it's really awesome because you can share your screen and do a bunch of things as well as the editing is awesome with Descript. So you're going to go ahead and record. Again, you want 15 to 20 minutes of footage. I go to project, let me just go ahead and do something. We'll just do camera and we'll say, hi, hi, hi. There's my video, and I'll stop recording that. It'll take a second to process it, but what it can do then is once it's processed, you can actually use Descript to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Now, when it comes to the heavy lifting, I'm talking about the post-production. The post-production is where you're going to get the maximum amount of content out of what you just recorded. Ideally, from every 15 to 20-minute video, we're going to have the one long form video. That can go on YouTube, that could go on your website, that could go any place where you're sharing long form content. The audio can also, in video, depending on the platform, could be shared to a podcast. Now, when I bring up podcasts, a lot of people start overthinking things. So if the podcast kind of wigs you out, just skip the podcast piece. From that long form video, we're going to create short form clips. And in Descript, you can actually create a lot of these additional assets that you want to. So I can go to create clips and create short form clips. Again, if you guys want a longer Descript tutorial on how you can use this, let me know because I can absolutely do that. Now, once I have the short form clips, what I'm going to do is actually take the transcript and I'm going to put it into ChatGPT and I'm going to ask it for any insightful quotes that I can pull out and put on a graphic to share on social media. From there, we can go into Canva, and in Canva, I can easily create all of these graphics. There are some ways that we can make this super, super easy using their AI tools as well. So that's another tutorial that I could touch on later. All right, so now we have from that one video, we have our long form video, maybe a podcast, we have our short form video, and we have multiple graphics for social media. I want you now to go back to ChatGPT and I want you to ask it to write a newsletter and we're going to get a blog post. But lucky for you, if you are using Descript, there's actually an option in Descript to draft a blog post for you. I do caution you for both the blog post and the newsletter, make sure that you are reviewing it, updating it to be in your voice. And for the blog, you're probably going to need to update it a bit more even so that it ranks on Google. There's some debate on what will and won't rank whenever you're using AI. Google has specifically come out and said that it actually does not directly penalize AI content. However, there are criteria you have to follow, such as making sure that the content is helpful that will enable it to rank. So make sure that you are following best practices if you want your blog posts to actually rank on Google. Now to recap, we have the right mindset, we have the right content strategy, and now we're going to talk about part 3, which is what people miss the most often. It would be great if we could post a piece of content or a couple pieces of content and go viral. And suddenly we have this big following, they're engaged, they're waiting to see what we post, and ultimately we grow our business because of it. That's not likely to happen, at least when you're first getting started. And here's where you have to start focusing on building a community. This can look like replying to comments on your posts, commenting on other people's posts, and then depending on the platform, actually going out and starting real, genuine conversations. If you commit to doing this along with having the right mindset, utilizing the content strategy discussed in this video, I promise if you stick to it and you look back 6 months from now at this point, your business and dare I say your life is going to be drastically different. So if you watched the video until now, I appreciate you sticking with me. Comment down below, what do you want to see next? Do you want to see a more in-depth Descript tutorial? Maybe how I plan my content more in-depth? Something else related to marketing? I would love to hear from you and create exactly what you're looking for. Before you click off this video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video. See you soon.